The SpiderControl I4.0 Integration Suite. Welcome to part 3, which shows file operations like copy, move, and delete. There are function blocks for relative or absolute path file copy. Relative path file copy means that the SCADA server has a default HMI working directory, which is like C www/HMI. You can copy, move, or delete within this HMI folder or a subfolder of it by just indicating the file name or the file name with the subfolder, like files/myfile.txt, as inputs to the respective FB. Absolute means you have to indicate the full file path, like including the drive, like C :/windows/myfile.txt, or if it's a USB, it's like E : / and the file name. Using full paths has three problems. First of all, it can be used to hack a machine. The second is it's not fully portable between Windows and Linux or other operating systems. And 3, it's not portable if you change the default HMI directory of your SCADA server. So be careful with exposing these function blocks. So let's get started with the examples. So let's add a sheet which will copy and delete a file. We will call it file ops, and we'll open it, and we will move to the file section and add a function block for performing a file copy and another one to delete. Next, we'll need two constant inputs to define our file name, as well as inputs to trigger our block. We'll need binary rising edge function blocks to create a clean trigger signal. So we'll connect these two constants to the input. And so I've opened the file explorer, so in www.hmi folder we will copy this file index.html to the subfolder HMI files. So the source file shall be index.html, and the destination file will be files/ and we call it copy.html. So this will be the result. We'll add some outputs to visualize the result, the success of this file operations. Connect. So there is a done output when the operation is finished, and an error output in case it did not succeed. There's not too much. And we'll add also two touch buttons which are only needed for debugging to generate a touch event. So we will now assign some registers. So we will use internal registers like R20 for the input, R21 and R22 for the output. The other trigger will then be R23, and the same for the button, R23, R24 and R25. So the source file for delete will be file of the subdirectory, so we'll need the same constant. Okay, so that should be alright. We'll make a build and run, save to archive, start the debugger, go to the second page, and we will now perform this copy action. We see it's done, no error, and indeed the file appears here with the respective name. When we now press the delete button, it should disappear. Yes, and so it does. So copy again and delete. So our next step is to use the file operation, which will work with the complete full paths, and I have changed this Explorer view to show to an external USB stick called E, and we'll try to copy this copy.html from the subdirectory HTML files to this USB stick. To do so, I have added this copy function block, and I will add some more inputs. First of all, 2 constants to indicate the paths. Then we'll need an input to trigger. We will need 2 outputs for the result. We will need a rising edge trigger, and we'll also need the touch button for our manual test. So let's connect all of this. Source file, destination file, done, and error. Assign the correct paths. So this will be the source file. The path will be C www.hmi files, and it's called copy.html, and the destination will be like B backslash, and we'll call it usb.html. So that's our paths. We now assign some registers to control this thing. I think R26 will be next. R26, R27, and R28. Alright, so we will exit, make build and run, save archive, start the debugger, and when we press the button, hopefully, yes, we have a copy now here on the USB stick.